right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Epic Sports Radio. My name is Glenn Spillman. To my left is Sean Allen.
What's up?
Got my little buddy here, Dill Pickle from Mr. Pickles. This is Monday, August 29th. And let me tell you, folks, when I told you guys last Friday to have a good weekend, mine was shite. And my computer crashed. They had to send it in. Daughter's phone messed up. My phone, won't even get into that. Car got broken into. About $3,000 worth of makeup was stolen. Just a lot of stuff. That's not even the beginning of it. So
today's topic.
Laura Luna, good evening.
So today's topic is a topic that everybody in the world
is
talking about.
This weekend was Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So what we're going to do, we're going to lift up this phone real quick because we got to plug it in. And our tech person is plugging it in here. So let's get this rolling right over here. Sorry.
Dropping people.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. I don't know how that's going to work with the cord in there. We'll do that right there. And, okay, sorry. We are just the weekend, but I will say this. We did a movie, and we had 10 days to write it. I wrote it in just a few hours, actually. And we wrote it, cast it, filmed it, edited it. Sound guy kind of screwed up and lost some stuff. But anyway, I got it turned in time. So we got to do this over here. We got a little technical thing on the screen here. We've got to get fixed. But today's topic is a big topic. Yeah. We are talking about Colin Kaepernick. And the reason why we're talking about Colin Kaepernick is because he is a 100% douchebag. But before I get to there, I want to thank, right here, Mr. Pickles. They helped with the movie, and they did craft services for the movie, so we want to thank you guys. Ducky's Donuts in Orangevale, California. We want to thank the, where is it here? I don't have the card for the other one, but Rob Ouring from Fleet Collision Services. We want to thank you for the use of the barn. Facebook over here. We got YouTube here. Got Facebook over here. We've got Mick Collins. Welcome, Mick. Laura says, okay, I'm your only viewer. Sell me on your topic. All right, Laura, you're not our only viewer anymore, but Colin Kaepernick, Mr. Douchebag,
did not stand for that.
Sits down for the national anthem. Now, first off, you guys heard me say stuff before. I like the national anthem except one part, and I will tell you why. Back in the day, even we'll just use the Jackie Robinson days. So Jackie Robinson goes up, plays Major League Baseball. They stand up, they sing the national anthem. They sing, "For the land of the free and the home of the brave." So after they say land of the free, home of the brave, then when Jackie Robinson gets up, they call him nigger. They call him Uncle Tom. They call him Brillo Pad Head. They call him all kinds of racial names. They call him every foul name in the book. They talk about his wife, all that kind of stuff. And then in the 60s, they're singing the same anthem at baseball games and everything else. Then they're going out, and then they're spraying the African Americans, saying they can't do this and that. So that part I don't particularly like because it's really not the land of the free when there's all this racism. I understand that. I do not. Now, of course, when the national anthem comes on, I will stand up, I'll take off my hat, and I'll put sometimes my hand over my heart. I won't sing it because I just don't sing out in public. I might hum it or whatever. I don't agree with him sitting down. Colin, you are a professional National Football player. You have a platform to stand upon. You have a voice, just like me right now. I'm using my voice in the media for everybody on Facebook, Sean's Facebook, and our worldwide viewers. I'm using my voice. I'm not complaining about the national anthem. Colin, you want to make a difference? lift up your skirt, grab your balls, be a man, and freaking use your voice. Don't sit down and be an a-hole about it, because that's what you're doing. You're distracting your team. You're in the limelight in a very negative way, and I don't appreciate what you're doing. And one more time, you're a douchebag. I'll get off my soapbox. Sean, what do you think about it?
Well, so I was very infuriated at the first hit when it first came out. I wasn't happy. I'm still not happy, but okay, the NFL says, well, it's not mandatory for our players to stand. But here's where I understand why he did it, and I was listening to a veteran on national TV say, I didn't like it at first. I was very infuriated, but then I found out why he did it. Okay, so he's done it once. Yeah. Now use that platform to go, but he says he's going to keep doing it. That's where I understand why he did it, and him doing it to get everybody to talk about something.
Here's why he's doing it. Now this is what makes me upset. I was driving home last night, driving to Sacramento from Placerville. I saw this car that said Black Lives Matter. 100% I agree that Black Lives Matter. But we need to get off that freaking soapbox. You got black, you got white, you got Mexican, you got Asians, you got Hispanics. All lives matter. I don't care what it is. All lives matter. Laura Luna, you're absolutely right. She says, obviously, he's not a team player. David Kellogg, welcome to the show. We're talking about Colin Kaepernick.
I understand him doing it one time and getting
over here.
I know him doing it one time to get everybody to look upon this. That's fine.
Right.
Don't keep doing it.
Right.
Now, don't tell me you're keep doing it.
Now, if he said, okay, all eyes on me, this is why I'm doing it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to stand up for those black lives.
The veteran said he can go to Boys and Girls Club and teach the youth about it. He could use his platform in a various way. But not just to keep doing it, throwing a tantrum now.
Right. We do live in a country that is the land of the free. Yes. Now, I am a veteran. I have fought for my country. I have been in more than one war. I have been in wars that aren't really official wars, but I was still in wars. I have been shot at. I have shot at people. I have been wounded. So for Colin Kaepernick to disgrace the national anthem like that, and I take offense to that, because I'll tell you what, Colin, I have been all over the world. I have been in third world countries, and I've been in fourth world countries, if you will. I've been in war zones. Let me take you over there. Because I'll tell you what, the first time I came home from the Philippines, I was in the Subic Bay, Philippines, amongst one place. I came home, and I was there at 17 years old. I joined the military at 17. I came home, I kissed the ground, because even though Colin and everybody else that wants, and I think I didn't get to hear all of his show, but it was that boxer that we wanted on here. What's his name? Not Washington, the other guy. Anyway, he has a show, and he was like, well, you don't understand unless you're black. Bull crap. I'm a minority, too. I may not look like a minority. I'm Native American. My people know something about freaking racism.
Like I said, I'm infuriated that he's going to keep on sitting down at the national anthem to do it one time for shock value to get everybody's attention and say, hey, this is why I'm doing this. That's fine, but to keep doing it to me is throwing a fit, and I'm going to throw a tantrum. I'm just going to keep doing it.
You know what, Colin? If you want to do something about it,
that's not the place.
You need to use your money that you got, your millions, your voice that you got. And then you need to talk about, okay, I will get biblical on you right now. There is Galatians 5:22 and 23. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, meekness, and faith. Against such there is no law. So if I'm good to you and I love you and I'm meek, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
People aren't going to do that. So, Colin, you know what? The NFL, they're a bunch of... What's another name you call a cat? Okay, so, because I'll tell you what, that's what they are, where our players don't need to stand up.
No, they don't. They're not required
to stand up.
They can if they wish.
All right, so why don't we just go a step further? Why don't we just say, screw you, I'm going to leave my helmet on. Why don't you just lay down? That's disrespect.
And I guess, from what I understand, he did it a prior game, but no one noticed because he wasn't in uniform. He was in uniform this time, and he did it, and everyone noticed.
Well, here's what he needs to do. He needs to he needs to go out and why don't you you want to use the whole race thing and this and that. Colin, you're not even black, brother. So you might have some. It's like Tiger Woods. He's not black. He's a freaking mulatto. Prince, not black. Freaking mulatto. If you are half something, it's like I'm not full Native American. I've got other stuff in me. I mean,
right.
People talk about, well, if you don't like this country, leave. That's fine. Colin, go to another country, brother.
It's the wrong place to play. He's picking the wrong thing
Nobody.
to do.
And I'm going to tell you this. Robert Parham, what's up, brother? Robert, we're talking about what Colin Kaepernick did. So let me tell you something, Colin Kaepernick. If you ever watch this show, and I hope you do, I'm going to reach out to you. And I called the San Francisco 40 Whiners today, but they kind of declined to comment because I told them, I said, whether you comment or not, I'm going to talk about it on the show tonight and probably throughout the week. Now, we live in a society. We are in America. Now, there used to be this show on TV last year, maybe a year and a half ago. It's called Utopia. They took Utopia right here in Northern California. They took people from races, different educational platforms, different economy levels, and they put them in this place called Utopia to live together in harmony and unity and working together. They knew it was going to be that going into. None of it was like that. There was racism. There was male chauvinist pig, feminism, all that. People are not going to get together. Robert says, hey, brother, I think Colin has a right to protest, but could have chosen a different venue to do so.
And I totally agree with that right there.
Yes.
He would have told something else to do.
Yes. Robert, I agree with you 100%, brother. I've protested. I was with the gay and lesbian community when they were doing the protest. They were very peaceful. They had a voice and they were loud. But to say America is bad and this and that, because you're never going to get a country or a town even to agree on things. You're going to have separation. You're going to have all this stuff. Colin needs to show his support for minorities by showing love. Robert, if you were pissed off at me, you're a martial artist and you could do some damage to a lot of people. But if you were mad at me and I come up to you and I just put my arms out and I say, hey, brother, just give me a hug. Could you really punch me in the face if I showed you love and I wasn't aggressive and I wasn't racist? If I just said, give me a hug, Robert, give me a hug. You can't really fight a man that says, give me a hug.
Right.
So Colin needs to show love towards things and rise up, protest against what cops are doing and being on leave but getting paid. I agree. Get pissed off. Do all that stuff, but you can get mad.
Paul's a professional athlete. He can use a platform to speak out and say what he wants. Not to throw a pouting match during our national anthem.
Now, you know what he should do? Here's what he should do. Now, Robert said, no, he wouldn't hit me. That's right, Robert. Colin Kaepernick should get on the highest. I would rather him get on the highest table, ladder, whatever. Get the gay pride flag and start freaking waving it during the national anthem. I would like him to do that. I would like him maybe even do the Black Power fist. That's showing unity. That is a positive thing.
Because what's going to happen if he carries this into the start of the regular season?
Yeah, he can't.
The Niners are going to get booed the Niners are going to get booed as a whole team.
I'm not even worried about them getting booed.
He will get traded behind something like this.
I understand that. But what he needs to do, there's always going to be racism. There's always going to be hatred. There's always going to be that. When I was in the field, Robert said, I think, however, there is an underlying issue in college motivation. I tell you what, Robert, I'm trying to, because I love, as a journalist, I got to find out that underlying. I want to know the backstory. I do. I want to know the backstory. David Kellogg says, I don't like any disrespect to our military. One of the best friends died for our country. A problem that people have. Their lives matter when. Okay, yes, you're absolutely right. Robert says, I think he wanted to be traded. All right.
He has to be traded. And maybe in an outside way, this is his way of getting traded out of the Bay Area.
Robert makes a good point. So Colin did this so he can get traded. All right.
If my brother's still on, Christopher, if you're still on, get into the conversation.
Okay.
What's up, dude? Dude says hi.
Who?
Dude.
Hey, dude, what's up? So anyway, if you want to get traded, fine. But if you want to make a stand against racism, you know what you do? There's many things that you can do. I can't think of things top of my head, but I tell you what, I forget the guy's name. He's on my Facebook. He's a boxer. He's going for the title this weekend. I'm sorry, brother. Your name is I'm so riled up right now. Your name now.
It's a boxer?
He's a boxer. So if you want to fight racism, love. He said something about love today. Love. Robert says, if he was really into this philosophy, where was he last year? Exactly, Robert. Why
did he speak up before the preseason?
I will tell you what, man. I will talk about this as much as you guys want to talk about it. I have offered, not just on my sports show, but I have a news show too. David Kellogg says, I don't think he wanted to get traded because a lot of teams wouldn't want that drama. Max Griffin just joined. Max, what's up, brother? Hey, congratulations for the UFC. Sorry about the outcome, bro, but I was rooting for you. I even drove all the way up to Tahoe to put a bet on you, Max. So, congratulations. Max, we're talking about Colin Kaepernick and what he did with all that, so everyone can chime in. But what I say with the racism, it needs to be fought 100%. I spent last summer deep in the South, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana. When I say deep, I mean I was in back country. But
there's different ways to do it.
And
this way is the wrong way.
It is the wrong way.
You're getting the wrong attention.
What you need to do, and I would love to talk about this on my other news show, we need to get a panel of people, and we need to find out, because I went to the KKK, and I went to them, and I say, why do you guys hate anybody that's not white? And then they give me all these bullcrap answers. And the funny thing is, here's the funny freaking thing. The guy was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I said, hey, man, what are you eating there? He goes, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, my favorite sandwich. And I said, well, and you hate black people, right? I freaking hate them. And he said the N-word. And I said, do you know that a black man by the name of George Washington Carver discovered freaking peanut butter? And he patented peanut butter. And he's got 125 different patents, a lot of them dealing with peanuts and whatnot. And but it's your favorite sandwich discovered by a black man. And then I started saying all these other things. They could not give me a logical reason why they hated not just black, but anyone. He hated me because I was Native American. But it's like Hitler. He hated the Jews, but his mother was a freaking Jew. We all now, and this is a cliche thing. If I peeled off my skin and Max Griffin peeled off his skin, we would both bleed freaking red, and we would have a red, bloody, muscular, skeletal freaking body. We would look the freaking same. But just because you're darker than me, or lighter than me, or talk different than me, I do not ever think that racism should be a part of anything. But if you have cops, and I know Colin Kaepernick talked about the cops, and we've talked about that on the show.
Yeah.
You need to try them, convict them. I would put them in a pod with all black dudes. Period. And I say let what happens happens, because they killed an innocent man, and it has been proven that they've killed an innocent man. You've seen the video. I've seen the video. The whole world's seen the video. Well, Robert Parham says, remember Muhammad Abdul? He stood for what he believed in, but he compromised. Colin, in my opinion, doesn't have the intestinal fortitude to be believable. Okay. And I know I'm animated on this. So, Sean?
Well, I said I think he needs he picked the wrong platform or the wrong thing to do to get attention. Now, on the flip side of that, though, they had a panel today with a veteran and a black lady who's on CNN.
Okay. They
had them on there, and she saw one side of it. She says, I do not speak for Colin Kaepernick. I see why he's doing this. And the veteran even said, I see why he's doing this, and he's right.
Hey,
but springboard it and use it to.
I tell you what, and again, I believe.
Some backswar?
I believe. Okay, in America, and we are free. Yes, we get to do what we want as media. I get to say pretty much what I freaking want, and we have the right to do a lot of things. Because I tell you what, okay, it's like let's just pick a comedian. Jimmy Fallon will say stuff about Obama and make jokes about him. You do that in Korea, they'll freaking cut your head off. I mean, freaking the guy cut his own uncle's head off. You do that in the Philippines, they'll just straight up shoot you in the face. Right there.
Sure, brother.
We live in the land of the free as far as freedom of speech, freedom of all this. But when we were in 2016 and a cop could shoot a black man, or beat one for that matter, and get on administrative leave, there is an issue with that.
Yes.
Now, if it was a black cop do the same thing to a white person, the cop would definitely get in trouble. But I don't understand, because you got to understand too, the South, Louisiana, all those states, they're still freaking racist. I was in Alabama last summer. They're freaking racist as hell. Excuse my language, sort of. But they're freaking racist, dude. They're big time racist, and they like to hide. Now, not everyone in Alabama, but they hide behind this cloak, and the freaking.
I agree.
I mean, KKK people throw freaking barbecues like nobody's business, and people don't say anything.
But we all agree he's doing it. He just chose the wrong way to do it. Do it a different way, and you get a better outcome. But the thing is the system with cops.
You know what I'd rather Colin Kaepernick would have done?
Yeah, he could have done it a different way.
No. Listen, you know what I would rather him done? What song did
NWA
come out with?
I showed you the video of what the dudes, the boys came out with.
Right. But what was the motto?
Fuck the police.
Exactly. I would rather him wear a shirt that said that on it.
But I Am Fame and Raggio both came out with a remake of Fuck the Police, which is on YouTube.
Exactly.
That was, you were using freedom of expression.
Right.
To do so.
David Kellogg says that's the Black Lives Matter issue because a lot of little don't care about what happens to blacks. Well, you're absolutely right. Now, me, I grew up in a neighborhood of black, white, and Mexicans, and I think there was one Oriental family. That was that neighborhood I grew up in West Sacramento, and the neighborhood I grew up in Los Angeles was a lot of Hispanics and a lot of African Americans. I did not know what
do you think, Joe?
What the N-word was. I did not hear it. We all played together. Robert Parham says Colin could have expressed his beliefs at the post-game conference. You're absolutely right. He could have used that. You don't have now. Luckily, he didn't burn the flag because that's probably his next move. I'm not saying it is.
I mean,
it can escalate.
There's a lot of different people who have been crying out that the system's broke. And the way cops handled, black people and Mexican people, people of color, they need to repurpose the function of how the system works. And I know that's more of for our news show, but that's why it was screaming out. I know even though Colin did it the wrong way, everybody's screaming out for change, and it's got to happen soon. The system's limping right now.
All right, well let's do this. Why don't instead of the black community rise up, and when they get mad, they show love. The white community rise up, they show love. Hispanic community rise up and show love. So instead of beating people, instead of shooting people, instead of all this stuff, and I know it sounds cliche, but love prevails. What do they teach? What do they teach us in fairy tales?
Right.
Love conquers all, man.
And you know what? What you just said about all these communities coming, it's something that should happen. The problem is this has been going on for so long that people are ready, from these communities are ready to fight. They're ready to kill cops because they're tired. Because if that's what's going to get changed, but unfortunately, that's not what's going to get changed. That's what's going to get.
You know what they
the National Guard called.
Here's what they do. They need to protest. Okay. Eileen Kiley says, "Why is it okay to generalize and blame an entire group of people over what a few bad apples do?" Jeff welcome to the show. Eileen explained, if you're talking about the cops, well, a few bad apples, let me tell you, there's more than just a few bad apples. I've got friends that are police officers, and I've heard stories. I'm not going to say the stories. I won't repeat the stories. But there's more than just a few bad apples. I'm not saying all cops are bad, and neither is Colin Kaepernick, and neither is the black community. Not all cops are bad. But I tell you what, when it comes, they have a superiority complex. Because if you give me a badge, and I can shoot you in the freaking face because I'm in fear for my life, I bet you it goes to your freaking head. Robert Parham says, love conquers all unless you're speaking of the government divides us regarding money. Eileen, same as saying all black people are thugs just because a few criminals. All black people I know are thugs. I'm kidding. 95%. No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to make a joke, folks. I mean, I'm trying to kind of be funny here, lighten the situation. I'm not saying all cops. If you go back and you read and you watch this from the beginning, I never once said all cops are bad. In all of my things, I never said all cops are bad. What I'm saying is the cops who did what they did are bad, and they need to be accounted for.
But it's a rising problem because in the last 5 years, it's on a severe. It is
on a very
cops are basically taking innocent to proven guilty to where they're judge and jury. Right there on the spot.
I mean, now we can say this. Not, O.J. Simpson. He got off on whatever he was accused of. He got off. The reason why he got off, number one, he's O.J. Simpson. Number two, he had the money for the lawyers to pay for them. And right. And I don't care if he was white, black, or anything else. If you commit a crime in this country and you pay a lawyer enough money, you're going to get off. You may get some community service or some bullcrap like that. Robert Parham says the prison industrial complex is what divides police to lock up minorities at a rate higher than others. Yes. Now here's what I think. This is what pisses me off about California. They have a 3-strike rule. I know a guy who is spending life in prison because he was on probation and he had a bag of weed on him. That was his 3rd strike, so the guy is spending life in prison because he had a bag of weed on him, but yet what about that kid, was it in Texas, who, did he get drunk and then he ran over those people, killed like 4 people?
Right.
He got off, and,
somebody else has said something.
And, David Kellogg, there just needs to be more training for cops and more cops holding each other accountable instead of good old boys club. Eileen says, that's right about money controls the justice system than race. Agreed. You're absolutely right. Now, yes, the cops should be taught certain things about, race, gender. It could be gender. It could be if you're gay. A cop might beat you up because you're gay or lesbian or transgender or whatever. I didn't know him. I knew of this cop who, on duty, mind you, solicited a prostitute.
Oh, yes.
Found out that the prostitute was really a dude. Pretty freaking hot dude, mind you. I saw a picture of her, whatever. And he kind of did a little reach up and grabbed a hold of a schlong and got pissed off and beat the piss out of this person, then arrested him, and then they tried and convicted the person for prostitution. And the cop got off. So this person was not black. The cop was.
Tim Still.
What's up, Tim?
What's up, man?
Tim, I'm gonna be in Vacaville tomorrow at 6:00. Hope to see you there, Robert. I'll see you there. And so I'll tell you what, man. I think that Colin Kaepernick, any other athlete, I tell you what. Why don't Colin Kaepernick and these other athletes stand up for women that are getting their ass kicked by other freaking football players that he might play with, all these domestic violence people? Why doesn't he stand up for the women?
My message to Colin Kaepernick is, I hope the next game he chooses to stand up for the national anthem, and he can carry on his crusade about why he sat down the first time, but don't just keep doing it.
Eileen says, and bad cops should be held accountable on an individual instead of taxpayers. Yes, yes, yes. But
cops will not call out another cop and say he did a bad
no,
thing.
there is a rule. There is a rule. There's the cop code. But I tell you what, Colin, stand up for women. Colin, stand up for those children that are being sex slave. Colin, stand up for the people that are being bullied. Colin, stand up for anybody that's being abused. It doesn't matter what you are, what race you are, what color you are, what gender you are. Stand up for injustice. That's what I say. I don't give a crap.
Okay.
We're at 30 minutes. We're gonna keep going.
Okay.
Because this is a topic that we got a lot of people talking about it. We got a lot of people talking about it over here. I love your guys' comments. But let me ask you this. Everybody that's watching, if you were Colin Kaepernick and you had that platform, what would you do? What would you do?
I wouldn't have sat down during the national anthem. You're gonna get blasted for that. Number one, that's the wrong type of attention. Just like we tell our kids, you're doing something that's getting the wrong type of attention. Well, that got the wrong type of attention. Even though yes, people all over the world are talking about it on TV. They're talking about he's no good. He should have spoken up at the after game press conference. He could have spoke up and said how he was feeling, and what he would like to do something about it or take part in helping.
I will tell you what, man. I have been. I'm a father. I have a daughter, and I have a son, and I have been around a lot of things that they have gone through, and I empathize with them, and I always tell them the Hatfields and McCoys. I tell them the story. Over 100 years, these families are still fighting. They had this special a couple years back where they got together and made a truce. That was all for TV. There's not a truce. Jeffrey says, I would have a press conference, but not disrespect to the American flag, those who have died for it. You're right. Robert says, I would donate some of my millions to groups I support, maybe even hold a sign in the streets to protest. Exactly right. Why don't people, not just black people, why don't people go to the police station, surround the police station in a peaceful manner, hold the signs, do your chants, do your this and that, don't block any walkways that could be, hazardous or anything.
Right.
Do it and raise your voice, because I promise you what, you'll get every news station down there. You get every media person down there. You will have that voice, and that voice. You know what, Colin? You want a show? Don't sit down. Why don't you just not play? Just say, you know what? I'm not playing. I'm going to give my money to these, just like Robert says. I'm going to give my money to these support people. Right. I'm not freaking playing. You want to suspend me? Suspend me. That would get more notoriety.
You can take a piece of poster board and cut out a piece like this that says "Unify Our Nation" on it, and put a piece of wood and hold it like this on the sidelines after.
No, you know what I would do? You know what I would do? I would get that same poster that Sean just said. I would stuff it up under my jersey, and right before the hike, I'd pull it out and hold it up. Or I guarantee you, every camera would be on that.
Or when he runs on a read option and runs a touchdown. Or runs in a touchdown, or he throws a touchdown, he could be holding that sign. When he runs in the end zone, he pulls it out from under his thing, and he's like this. On national TV, all the cameras are on you.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, Robert said, but before I did that, I'd make sure my football game was on point, so my...
Yeah.
You won't be seeing Colin Kaepernick doing any of this. I'll tell you what, the guy screwed himself, man. When I saw that on Facebook last night, was it last night I saw it? Whenever I freaking saw it. No, it was last night, because I said, this is true, I'm going to blast him tomorrow. And, because it said something, it's like a book cover, it said how Colin Kaepernick ruined his career in 3 minutes, or how to ruin a career in 3 minutes, something like that. Jeffrey Stowe says, it's an oxymoron that you're sitting down disrespecting that flag that has given you the freedom to speak out. Yeah, absolutely right.
I agree with that.
Freedom to speak.
Tim, if you're watching, what's your take on this?
Yeah. So for those of you just joining us, we are talking about Colin Kaepernick and his disrespect for the national anthem. And I say this, man. I have had friends that have died. I have been there when they've died, and I have held a couple of them when they've died, and they were freaking 18 years old. I went to boot camp with these guys. I went to war with these guys, so I know the sacrifice personally, and it pisses me off that he's disrespecting my friend, that I saw the life drain out of their eyes, and all the thousands of people from other wars, the Iraqi War, the Desert Storm, the Vietnam, Korean War, World War I, II, all the wars where the soldiers have died for the freedom of this country. And granted, it's not a perfect country, but I'll tell you what, Colin, go to freaking any other country out there, and I don't care, go to England, go to freaking France. You think it's civilized, go there and see how things are, and see how they treat each other and other people, and what's done to them. Let me take you over to Afghanistan, dude. You freaking do that in Afghanistan, they will freaking cut you into 20 pieces and mail you home, brother. You do that there. They don't put up with that crap.
My dad was in the military, in the Air Force. My grandfather fought in World War One. A good friend of mine was 182nd Airborne from 2004 to 2006. He was in Kandahar and Fallujah, and he can tell you about how 7-year-old kids will run up on you with a needle and you have to shoot and kill them. Yeah. You know what I mean? The things you have to do to protect our country.
That's why they called the guys in Vietnam baby killers, because kids would run up on them with hand grenade. What are you going to do? In
Kandahar and Fallujah, you can only give out candy at certain times of the day. Yeah. And if you gave it out at the wrong time, kids would take advantage of that. 7-year-old kids.
Let's see. Jeffrey Stowe said it's in... Oh, he already said that. Katie said he's trying to get the negative attention like misbehaving child. He can't get the good attention. Anthony Williams says he's speechless. Well, Anthony, give me an example of why you're speechless, of what we're saying or what Colin Kaepernick is doing. And just think, this one subject matter, we have been on this for 40 minutes.
If he had done it the right way, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about how he did it the wrong way. If he had done it the right way, we'd all be talking about how as a nation, how we could do something to help him.
You know what I don't want to see? I do not want to see Colin Kaepernick come up with some stupid apology. That some publicist said,
some can.
I want to apologize to my teammates, my coaching staff, the front office,
to the public,
and the fans. Bullcrap. Say I'm a dumbass and I shouldn't have done it. I would take that.
I have a platform. I have a reason why I did it, but I chose the wrong way to do it. You know what I mean? I could have done it in a better way.
Yeah.
I could have chosen a better way to display my being displeased with whatever or upset with whatever.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I think we've said enough about Colin douchebag Kaepernick. Eileen says, "Where's the protest about the people of color murdering and oppressing their fellow people of color in the Congo, Zimbabwe, etc.? This country is his best bet having a different..." Well, Eileen, he is too deep. Dave Kellogg says he better not at this point. Eileen, have you ever been to Africa? If not, I have been to Africa, and they do murder each other over there for very stupid reasons that I think. But again, it is, and they do it over here too. Everybody, I've seen kids get shot for brand new Jordans. I've seen, there was this, last night on Stockton Boulevard, and it was an African-American couple. This black woman, 34 years old, shot this other 34-year-old guy. I don't know if it was her husband or boyfriend, over an argument. Shot and killed him. Now she's in jail. Probably going to spend the rest of her life in jail.
Right.
This ain't the Wild West, man. We can't be going around doing stupid stuff. But anyway, done with freaking Colin douchebag Kaepernick. Colin, you freaking suck. Man up and say that you did it the wrong way, and don't give us the canned freaking apology, and we'll go from there. So let's just spend a couple of minutes. Let's do the woosah.
Yeah.
Woosah.
Tone down from that.
So Football season's coming upon us. Wednesday will be August 31st. 1 week and 1 day from that day will be the first game of football season.
Folks.
I believe that will be the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. Okay, Anthony Williams says, with everything that's being said about CK decision not to stand for a flag, dat even want prayer in schools. Huh. Oh, I don't know if you don't. I don't know. Prayer in schools, well, that's something that hasn't been talked about in a while. I remember going to Catholic school, one of the many schools I went to, and got kicked out of every freaking one of them. We kneeled and did Holy Mary, full of grace, but I did a little different. I won't say what I said.
Everyone, while you're on here, just a reminder, we have our own fantasy football league here.
Fantasy.
It's Epic.
It ain't about women either.
Epic Sports Radio. Epic Sports Radio, and football's a password. It's on NFL.com. There's a draft to go off next Saturday, so we need 10 more teams. Also, you asked me a question about what game would I want to see on the first weekend of football, first weekend of college football.
College, yeah.
I saw a game.
What?
Alabama against USC. I didn't realize. I saw it last night. The promotion for that. I said, "Ooh, that could be a good game."
That would be a good game.
That could be a game where
I think USC could have a chance to beat
That's
Alabama.
what I'm saying, and I named those two teams in teams that I watched. So
I would love it if USC would beat Alabama because I know you don't particularly care for Alabama. I don't particularly care for Alabama.
You're too close to Oklahoma.
Nick Saban is an okay guy, but yeah, it's too crazy. But the quarterback situation in Denver is
Sanchez, man.
Huh?
Is it Sanchez?
No, it's the other dude. I don't even know his freaking name, dude. I mean, I'll be honest with you. And people, I don't know what Denver's thinking, but I think that they're going to lose. The score is going to be Carolina 28, Denver 9. No, they're not going to score a touchdown.
I think it's going to be more like 21 to 20. Be 21 to 10. Because the only reason I say it is because Denver has a good defense still. They have a really good defense, and Carolina has a really good defense. So,
maybe Denver's got a lot of drama.
I'll do 21-9 because they'll get three field goals.
That's what I just said. 9.
Okay, well then we agree on the last score.
Yeah, but there's a lot of drama in Denver.
Because I watched Cam and he didn't look very good when I saw him. So that's why I don't think the offense is gonna be firing on all pistons.
Yeah. So then you got, now I will say this, folks, buy your tickets, go to sacfilm.com, and September 11th, my movie, as well as 23 other movies, are going to be shown at the IMAX Theater, downtown Sacramento Red Carpet event, and September 11th, starting at 6 o'clock, you're going to get several hours worth of movies. They're all shorts, like 8 minutes or below, so please check that out. Come and support me. Sean was in it. He's got a part in there. So come check it out. Follow us on social media at Epic News Sports, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. You could email me, Glenn, at epicnewssports.com if you want to talk about a subject matter or you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you just want to piss and moan about something. Right. You can certainly do that. We have shows Monday through Friday. Normally today would have been a 30-minute show, but I really feel that this needed to be talked about.
It was the number one topic on every news outlet, sports or non-sports.
No, Jeffrey. September 11th is not the opening day. Technical, it's Thursday.
The 6th to the 11th is when it's...
Right, but opening day is... I mean, when you have one game, that's technically the opening day. Right. So anyway, what was I saying? You don't even listen to me.
Well, no, you said the show was...
Monday through Friday. So we normally do 30-minute shows during the week. Wednesdays are longer shows, so it's at least an hour. On that, it could be 1 to 2 hours depending if we have a guest or
if we do any
or
shows
whatnot.
that are live.
Every other Thursday, we're not going to have a show in studio because I've got stuff going on from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. So, not saying that we can't do something remote. Maybe we talked
also
about
may
that.
have a few locations live.
So, Lindsay Blackburn just joined the show. What's up, Lindsay Blackburn? Lindsay, why don't you tell me where your new shop is and what the number is so I can tell all these nice people that are watching. Lindsay Blackburn and her husband, John Blackburn, they own a tattoo shop and a piercing shop. So if you guys want to get pierced or tattooed, they've been doing it for quite some time. So I'm going to let Lindsay tell us where it is and whatnot. And again, I want to thank Mr. Pickles here. Mr. Pickles, they have locations, Zinfandel,
and White Rock,
Coloma, and then Kirby and Sunrise.
Yeah.
I have had every single sandwich on their menu, including the vegetarian one. And they got some good sandwiches, man. I got to tell you. They bake their bread in there.
I've had the Mr. Pickle sandwich. Actually, their signature sandwich. Very good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good. So Lindsay says we are in the middle still building. Oh, so they're still building their tattoo shop right now. So as soon as I find out where that is, everybody, I will let all you people know. And I'm sure when they open up, they're going to have a grand opening. So Lindsay, if someone comes in there and says, "Hey, we're in here. We heard about you on Epic Sports Radio. What are you going to do for them?" Let me know that so I can let them know that.
And we also may have some live shows from some live venues in the near future. So
yeah,
they may be 2-hour shows as well because usually we have guests come.
Yeah, when we have live shows, well, they're all live, but when we have remote shows at pubs, Mike Sarin Tacos is online. Welcome to the show, Coach Taco.
But we also may be changing our Monday night show a little different too because of Monday Night Football, correct?
Oh yeah.
And Sundays we may be doing something as well.
We're always going to accommodate Monday Night Football. I mean, that would be a sin not to. And okay, so as soon as we find out when Lindsay and John are opening up their shop, if you go in there and you mention Epic Sports Radio, you will get 20% off your tattoos, off all work, she says. So off all work. So
Awesome.
We got college football. Oh, and I want to say what's up to Verizon Wireless and Sunrise in Birdcage Walk. I want to thank them. They're cool people. They've always been nice to me. AT&T, they must be Longhorn fans because they suck just as much as the Longhorns suck. So you know what? Down with AT&T.
I was about to say.
Down with the Horns.
He hadn't done that yet. I was going to say.
And I just want to say, Boomer Sooner. I can't wait to watch the Sooners play Houston. I'm going to call Oklahoma Sooners 52, Houston 17. And the only reason why Houston gets 17 is because Oklahoma is just too tired to keep whipping their arse. That's what I say
38-3.
38-3. All right, I'll take that.
You'll take that all day.
But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for watching the show.
Thank you for tuning in.
And thank you for tuning in over here. Thank you for tuning in, Lindsay. Thank you for tuning in, Coach Mike. Thanks for tuning in. We want to say goodbye to everybody. We will be back tomorrow night, maybe in a live location because I'm going to be in Vacaville tomorrow. I'm going to be at a place. I might be doing a live remote there, probably at 5 or 5:30, because it appears that I am cast in another movie, and I don't want to say it yet. I want to get permission before I say it, but I do want to say I believe Robert Parham is in this movie. Kirby Delaney is in this movie. And so we're doing a table read tomorrow, and it starts at 6 o'clock. and our show normally starts at 6. So probably do something about 5:30 or so. But we will see you guys tomorrow. Lindsay said we do, however, have a motorcycle ride and party on September 17th. The ride starts at and the party afterwards. The ride starts at Lincoln at 9 a.m. So go check that out. Lindsay will do a event page, I'm sure, and if she does, she will send it out. I will share it, and you guys will check it out. Love you guys. Love you. Love you.
See you next
Down
time.
at the horns. Boomer Sooner, baby.
Out.